Hi, I'm Associate Professor Avril Horn and I'm here to talk about Introduction to Sustainable Water Management. So the subject is an undergraduate subject, a third-year subject, and it is a prerequisite for undertaking environmental engineering as a master's degree. Introduction to Sustainable Water Management is an overview of how water resources are managed and all of the complexities and multidisciplinary nature of a really complex problem. It's learning some of the technical foundations around water management, but also the issues around people and the skills that you need to be able to bring people in to understand the science to solve problems. So in this subject, we take a novel approach in actually explaining two different streams of knowledge in the way that we think about water resource management. So we teach the fundamentals of Western science and the way that we approach water management from a Western perspective, but in parallel, we have a stream that looks at Indigenous knowledge and the role of Indigenous knowledge in managing our future challenges of water resources, climate change and drought. And we take a novel approach to teaching. The main assessment task is through a serious game where students interact and work together to solve a problem.
What really stood out to me about this subject was the subject content. In terms of all the things we learn about managing water, there's a lot that we take for granted when it comes to water, and we don't really see all of the competing interests, all of the different uses of water, whether it's environmental uses, whether it's cultural uses. That's something that we don't usually talk about. So this subject really ties all of these together and really builds your knowledge.
The tutors and the teaching staff really encouraged learning beyond what we learn in class. So if we found anything related to water or anything sort of interesting in the media around water, we would kind of be encouraged to bring up those articles to the tutors, and then the tutors would distribute it to the rest of the cohort. That sort of mindset of thinking sustainably and also learning from the past lessons was definitely something that I can definitely take moving forward as an engineer.
So in this subject, we're really trying to place science and engineering in the context of water challenges more broadly, and how you place that in the context of a really complex socio-ecological system.
I think it's a really useful subject because it really builds your foundational knowledge on the water sector, and especially if you're studying in any environment-related field, this can really help build your knowledge to work in the water industry.
I think this is a great subject for people who are thinking about what direction they want their science journey to go in. It's really about getting students to think critically about the contribution they want to make and how the way that you form your technical information can have the biggest impact on the problem that you're trying to solve. And while this subject is doing that through the lens of water management, the lessons and the way that we approach problem solving could be applied to a range of challenges.